evening, everybody. Welcome to Township of Lacey Walk, beginning October 12, 2022. Out of your notice, the meeting is being given in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act. Pursuant to Public Laws 1975, said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon. It was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. We start with a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 1, special use permission media options, 510 South Main Street, outdoor flea market, October 29th, 2022.
And this is an outdoor flea market, has been reviewed by the land use department. This is at their new location, which is just south of the Wawa by Taylor Lane. Obviously, if anybody that's by there, you can see that it has adequate parking and it has definitely a big enough parking lot to do this. I just need a motion to approve.
Move it. Second. All in favor? Aye. Item number 2, Lacey Historical Society seeking permission to advertise for an event with signs around town, Psychic Fair, November 12th, 2022.
Just need a motion to approve.
Move it. Second. All in favor? Aye. Any add-ons?
Yeah, you do.
Well, I have an add-on, okay. Okay. I just want to reiterate, some other municipalities are doing trick-or-treat on Sunday the 30th. Most are doing the 31st. I see no reason to change it unless anyone has any input on what? Mr. McDonald?
No, not my call anymore.
We're not touching
All right, so again, and we've been telling people that there's no curfew, but be courteous, especially if there's no lights on in people's houses, to bypass the houses and stuff.
The traditional Halloween rules.
I have
Usual.
nothing else to add on, so motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
31st.
Okay, township meeting, welcome to township meeting, October 12th, 2022. Adequate notices, meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, pursuant to Public Law 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon, was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. We start with a salute to the flag and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 1, first reading ordinance 2022-35, amending chapter 205 so as to comply with the provisions for PL 2022 C.92.
In order to the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean State, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 205 of the Township Code of the Township of Lacey entitled Insurance to establish new Article 2 entitled Annual Registration of Certificates of Insurance so as to comply with the provisions of the Public Law 2022, Chapter 92, requiring municipal insurance registrations for certain businesses and rental owners within the township. So this is some crazy law that was just passed and adopted, whereas all landlords and all business owners must file with the township a certificate of insurance with the required limits, and it must be on file annually, and we're charging $5 in order for those businesses to do that and maintain that on file with us, and it has to be readily accessible to the public. I do not understand the reasoning behind this law, but it's just another one of those state mandates without any assistance. Motion for first reading will move.
Second.
Mrs. Juliano?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Bertolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
It's absurd, but yes.
Very absurd. And Mayor Dykoff?
Yes, item number 2, second reading ordinance 2022-32, authorizing salaries for part-time inspectors.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, amending an ordinance entitled an ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, affixing and determining salaries, wages, and compensations of the officers, employees, and members of the governing body of the township. This is for our part-time plumbing, building, electrical, and fire inspectors. It is a 10-year scale as to how they get their increases, and this is also covers the part-time substitutes and the position of deputy municipal clerk. Second reading.
Second reading, open the floor to public comment.
Seeing none, make the motion to close.
Move it.
Give me a second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion on the ordinance.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dykoff?
Yes, item number 3, second reading ordinance 2022-33, amending chapter 335 so as to amend the section relating to EVSE to comply with the Pinelands Commission.
In ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Article 3 of Chapter 3 through 5 entitled General Regulations to authorize and encourage electric vehicle supply service equipment and make-ready parking spaces so as to amend Section 33522.3C entitled Approvals and Permits to comply with the Pinelands Comprehensive Management Plan. Second reading.
Open the floor to public comment.
Seeing none, make a motion to close.
Do a second for the
Second.
floor. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion of the audience.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes, item number 4, second reading ordinance 2022-34, establishing chapter 115 for payroll purposes.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, establishing Chapter 115 of the Township Code of the Township of Lacey entitled Third-Party Payroll Disbursement, authorizing the use of a third-party disbursement service agent for payroll and other specified services. The Division of Local Government Services has some new regulations out of there. Since we don't internally do our own payroll, but we have a third-party company that manages it, we now need to create an ordinance to have that on file. Second.
Open the floor to public comment.
Seeing none, make a motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes, item number 5, resolution 2022-277, appointing a class 3 special law enforcement officer.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, appointing Vinnie Frulio as a Class 3 Special Law Enforcement Officer. These are the Class 3 officers that work directly with the schools as what we would call resource officers. His starting salary is $25 an hour.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes, item number 6, resolution 2022-278, amending the contract for special legal counsel.
A resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, amending the contract with Lawrence Stager of the firm of Dasty and Associates as special legal counsel for the code book recodification for the Township of Lacey.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes, item number 7, resolution 2022-279, certifying that all members of the governing body have received the municipal audit for the year 2021.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, certifying to the local finance board that all members of the governing body have received the annual municipal audit for the year 2021, and there were no general comments or recommendations. Motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes, and well done. Item number 8, resolution 2022-280, authorizing chapter 159 in the municipal budget.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, providing for the insertion of a special item of revenue and appropriation in the 2022 municipal budget, known as the Chapter 159 of the Township of Lacey, pursuant to NJSA 48:4-87. This is the Bulletproof Vest Partnership Grant. We receive money annually, and we just received our funds in the amount of $8,944.74, and it is strictly used for the replacement of bulletproof vests, which do have an expiration date on them.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff? Ms.
Yes.
Juliana?
Yes.
And Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. With the table, item 9.
Yes, the reason that we're tabling item 9 is they were supposed to be ready to close tomorrow, but they're not going to be closing until within the next 2 weeks, so it will be on October 27th. So this is Il Giordano's restaurant is being sold, and they're just not ready to close at this time, so I'm not transferring the liquor license. I was asked by the attorney today to not transfer it.
Item number 10, resolution 2022-282, authorizing the release of a performance bond for Bamber Lake basketball and tennis court resurfacing project.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the release of a performance bond for the Bamber Lake basketball and tennis court resurfacing project. This has been reviewed and recommended by the engineer.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Item number 11, resolution 2022-283, authorizing the refund of deposit monies.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing release of deposits for the use of municipal facilities.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Item number 12, resolution 2022-284, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the payment of township bills in the amount of $5,953,712.31.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes, and I'm staying on D0400.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Item number 13, monthly reports.
the month of September, the Department of Public Works had road opening permits in the amount of $8,187.50. Recycling commodity was collected in the amount of $1,491.80, and trash parking was collected in the amount of $975. For the month of September, the Department of Community Development collected receipts in the amount of $71,725. Municipal Clerk's Office for the month of September collected receipts in the amount of $4,305.25. Motion to accept the reports is read.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 14, motion to approve the caucus meeting minutes of September 22nd, 2022.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 15, motion to approve township meeting minutes of September 22nd, 2022.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 16, motion to approve membership in the Lenoka Harbor Junior Firefighter Program for Skylar Hardy.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 17, motion to approve membership in the Lenoka Harbor Fire Company for Jenna Bianco, Liliana Cornell, and Nicholas Ferrero.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 18, motion to approve membership in the Bamber Lake Fire Company for Maggie Cornelius.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 19, motion to approve raffle licenses for Italian American Club of Barnegat.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any add-ons?
I have a lot of add-ons, unfortunately. See, what happened is we did the agendas on Friday, and so everybody got into Monday mode on Tuesday, and my agenda's already done. So first is Resolution 286. It's Resolution to Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, appointing Laura Farnsworth to the position of clerk in the tax collector's office for the Township of Lacey. This is replacing the one vacant position due to the untimely death of one of our employees. I just need a motion on that.
Move it.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana? Yes. Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes.
Next is a resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing a leave of absence for John Downing in accordance with the Family Medical Leave Act. This is from September 27th and will carry us through to November 11th when he should be returning to work.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana? Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes.
Next are first readings of ordinances, and this is all related to our COA property for our third phase. Ordinance number 36, it's an ordinance of the Township of Lacey, County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the acquisition of the fee simple interest in block 1853, lots 40 through 46 through eminent domain. These are those properties that we have not received responses from the owners as to whether or not they will take our offer, and we are moving forward with condemnation.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana? Yes. Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes.
Next is Resolution Ordinance 37. It's an ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the acquisition of the fee simple interest in block 1853, lots 1 and 2 through eminent domain. Motion.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana? Yes. Mayor Dyckoff? And the final add-on is an ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the acquisition of the fee simple interest in block 1852, lots 37 and 38 through eminent domain. Motion.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana? Yes. Mayor Dyckoff? And that's all I have.
Veronica, how many are left over there?
These three,
About.
we only have 4 that we're still in negotiations with. The other ones we're moving to closing on. So I think we have 3 or 4 more that we have moved to closing on, and then we're done.
And plus how many closed and how many eminent domain?
These 3 in eminent domain, there might be a 4th one.
So 4, like.
Yeah, so 4 property owners are in eminent domain. We've closed on 16 of them so far.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we did really good with this, yep.
Comments from committee, Deputy Mayor McDonald, please.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm a little flux tonight because it's Wednesday, not Thursday.
No idea.
Any help tomorrow?
What's that?
Any help tomorrow?
You know, I'll decide that when I wake up in the morning. It's great being retired, but no, the only thing I do have to announce is that my
Yes.
grandson was born. He's doing well. Declan Kevin McDonald, a little bit of Irish in there, just a twitch. So he's doing well. It's getting dark earlier tonight, so watch out. The kids, a lot of kids on bicycles all of a sudden, all over the place. I saw a couple as I was coming up here tonight, and so just, and they didn't have lights on, their kids. But just be careful, be a little notice what's going on around you. And the other part is this, I use Railroad Avenue a lot. And I can tell you this, we we took, what, 20-some years to build that?
Something like that.
It has done a tremendous job. I've talked to a couple of people who live on Lake Barnegat, and they love it, because it's taken a lot of traffic off of Lake Barnegat this summer. And so it's done its job, it's done its good job. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Curacolo.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to report that along with other mayors around the county, obviously I'm a committeeman, I was at a meeting with Community Medical Center, and they did a presentation in Toms River, and there's going to be a dramatic expansion of that hospital, so needs of the local community will continue to be met in every corner. There's a children's hospital opening, there's a gerontology part of it for our seniors. The things that they're doing there with cardiology, they even have a helipad now. So it is expanding, and their goal, as we talk to the VPs over there, is to try to get people to get care here in our county and not have to fly out to, go up north to New York City or to Philadelphia, and they're working on building that trust and that reputation. In my closing comments tonight, I want to recognize one of our, really a hero. I came across this on a newswire, and I had to say something about Joan Negra, N-U-G-R-A. She passed away at age 102. She was a resident of Forked River. Her son Ron wrote a book chronicling her efforts in World War II, contacting families of POWs. She did such yeoman's work that she has been recognized for being a, quote, home front hero on the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. The name of the book is Waves of Hope by her son Ron, N-E-G-R-A, Negra. To have somebody like that here is, as a civilian liaison, Deputy Mayor McDonald's son is in the service, as a civilian liaison or our Veterans Committee, it's remarkable. So I wish I could have met her. I'm sure some of the folks up here have, and I'm glad that she did what she did. That's all, Mayor. Thanks.
Thank you.
Before, Mayor, just, why don't you touch on the fact of what we talked about last night as far as the fentanyl thing, maybe just a reminder about Halloween?
Yeah, I will do that. I was going to hold off on that until next. I was in touch with Bob Vossler. I'm hoping that he prints out some type of PSA. The amount of fentanyl that's coming in from the Chinese Communist Party and being mass produced in the nation of Mexico, 107,000 overdoses, but there's a difference between an overdose and a poisoning. Somebody takes a pill or does a substance and dies as a result of fentanyl, but they weren't doing fentanyl, and that's a poisoning. So therefore, that should be counted, in my opinion, as a poisoning and not an overdose. So we're at 107,000. So I looked up, and in all of the Vietnam War, we lost a little over 58,000 servicemen and women. So I don't know why this isn't the biggest news story that there is to me, and I'll go out on a limb and say it at personal risk, but I think it's murder. I think it's mass murder, and when you disguise it in certain candies that look like you just bought them off the shelf, I ask parents during this candy holiday for kids, if you have questions, call our chief of police. Call the prosecutor's office, ask the questions, okay? In the old days, it used to be the old wise tale of a razor blade and an apple. But I don't want to be an alarmist, but if you have a question or if a candy's open, ask a question of a professional, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
And thank you, Committee Woman.
I didn't want to let that go, even though we've got time on the holiday, yet we still need to be aware of it.
There's so many trunk or treat events coming up
Right,
too that
that's
are
what I'm
happening in
saying.
these next couple of
Yes,
weekends.
there's a couple of weeks of that happening, All I really have to say is it's October and it's breast cancer awareness, and I know that our police department is doing the No Shave November again, and with that, they're coordinating with the breast cancer awareness, so I just wanted to put that out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Kennis.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to mention that Veronica sent us out an email that there's a new LED lights being installed on Western Boulevard adjacent to the park. They're replacing the sodium halide?
The sodium vapors, yeah.
Sodium vapor, that's it. That's a very dangerous intersection, so hopefully these lights will, they've installed them over the past couple of days. I think they're done today.
They should be, yeah.
So it's always been a very dangerous intersection, and that section of road is very dangerous, so hopefully that'll help. My comments.
Mr. Mayor, it wasn't the Chinese people, it's the Chinese Communist Party. It has nothing to do with the good people of China. We're the good people in Mexico. Thank you.
Well, Well, I have no comments tonight, because it's Wednesday, and I just, so I'm going to open the floor to public comment. Mrs. DeSenza. You're out.
Oh my God, is this really tight or what?
You didn't see your readings today, huh?
I guess not, on my phone.
I was gonna
doesn't
say
it?
something bad, but I don't
Oh,
know.
wow, you did that so easy. Thank you, Tom. Regina DeSenza, Sunset Drive, Sunrise Beach, I have a question. When was the change of this meeting advertised? Because usually there's a change.
Off the top of my head, I don't have
But
it
it
in
was
front
more
of me.
than 48 hours.
Oh, it was
ago.
plenty more than 48
Yeah, that's what
hours.
I
It was
thought.
right after the last meeting.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
I remember hearing about it, but.
Yes, no, it was directly after the last meeting.
Okay, well, after the last meeting on September 22nd, for the third time, Mr. Dykoff accused me of protesting the Wendy's on Nautilus and Route 9. I want to set the record straight again. My parents, with 200-foot nearbys, can receive a certified notice. My father and Mr. Lionel Franklin provided testimony. I was in the hallway with my baby son in a stroller. You have zero proof that I testified at that planning board hearing.
I didn't say.
Was I present? Yes, I was present. I listened to the whole thing. But my father and Mr. Franklin, as immediate neighbors to the project, gave testimony. Were you there? Mm-mm. It was a different planning board way back then. Did I give a newspaper comment? Yes, I did. And I actually found the newspaper clipping in my mother's house files. May they all rest in peace. They're all gone now.
Okay, well, just real quick, I distinctly remember you coming before that microphone and complaining about that, and specifically saying it was because the smell of the hamburgers. Now,
Yeah,
to me,
that's right.
that's a public,
But I didn't give testimony at the
I
planning
didn't
board.
say
hearing.
testify, okay.
All right.
We'll agree to disagree.
That's
So
fine,
if
that's
you
what I
wanna
said in the
go through the other
newspaper
litany of
article.
things that you protested,
You were 100%
the
right.
road, Seabreeze.
I'm not arguing them. I didn't leave the
You named
band.
it, you protested them all, so I'll give you that one.
I didn't leave the band
I'll
on all
give you that
of
one.
them. I didn't leave the band on all of them, but I'll take credit for Walmart and Home Depot, because they're
And
all,
Seabreeze,
They're
and the
all-
railroad right away,
they're all,
and M&T,
let me finish,
every single one.
all quality of life issues. Every
And, well, and they're
single
all
one.
there, so I
And
guess your opinion of quality of life and
It's
what
very
the law,
different
what the
from
law
yours,
is.
that's correct.
Okay, well, again, the quality of life right now, what you were bringing up was M&T, and the fact that there were going to be over 200 apartments. And the point I started to make was, you protested certain things, and then what happens? Basically, how many years later, instead of 74 restricted townhomes, we've got 270 apartments. If Home Depot hadn't been built, if Walmart hadn't
I
been
get
built, if Seabreeze hadn't been built, what might be there? So you're
I
like the
totally
butterfly
get
bubble.
it. But that's why you adjust.
Even a stock clock is right twice a day.
That's correct, but that's why you adjust the master plan to increase quality of life and not detract from it. And the way you do that is to increase the acreage required or the property required, the square footage required per unit. That's, we
And
don't need
that's
to
something-
discuss
That's
this
something
now.
we're discussing, but again, how would that have changed Home Depot, Walmart, Seabreeze?
It could
What about
change-
the railroad right away? Let's talk about the railroad right away that Mr. McDonald just brought up about the benefit it's been. You protested against it. You know the millions of dollars it's cost us now because we weren't able to build it? Now, you might sit down, you say, okay.
That's not my fault.
Well,
And I didn't lead that
you were part
band.
of the group that protested.
I was not a formal member of that group.
You weren't formal.
I supported them verbally, but I did nothing.
You're a public advocate for the people for 20
It
years.
depends on what the
It
subject is.
says it on your billboard.
It does, it says it,
Yes. Okay.
but it depends on what the subject is. Okay.
Very good.
Now, during the summer, if I recall correctly, you attended a meeting remotely by phone, and we all saw you on the boardwalk eating an ice cream cone, complete with all the background noise. Apparently, you didn't realize your phone wasn't muted, and we got to hear some of your vacation. I thought that was very unprofessional to attend any meeting of any sort remotely with all that noise in the background. I hope it doesn't happen again, and let's hope we don't have to attend meetings remotely because of COVID ever
I
again.
100%.
Yeah, nobody wants to attend meetings
So
remotely.
I took time out of my vacation because it was very important that
Because
I
you wanted to
participate in the
vote,
meeting.
I get it.
And I wasn't aware that my vacation was being
We
heard
heard
throughout.
everything.
Well, I didn't know that, unfortunately.
We tried to get your attention, but it was so loud we couldn't hear us.
Unfortunately, I was with my granddaughter, we have a very.
I know you were.
And my
It was
children, my
obvious.
wife.
We all wanted ice cream at that
Well,
point.
you know, unfortunately, it won't happen again, trust me.
Okay. Did you have a chance to see my candidate profile on Patch? Because I publicly stated my NJ Elect expense report is on the state website. And if you personally have any questions about any of my expenses, I'll be happy to forward to you a copy of any of my receipts, paid credit card bills, or contracts. I took money from no one. That's what no strings attached means. I answer to no one, not even my husband, and you can ask him.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Yeah, just real quick. Just a point, And it has to do with your discussion you just had. I'm gonna raise this up. I think I should be able to.
You took your meetings this morning.
There you go. Your points are well taken, but every citizen has the right
You're absolutely right.
to voice their opinion, whether it's what you believe or not believe. It's the right of every citizen of this nation to voice their opinion on something that if they don't agree with. I just wanted to put that. And thank you for your
Thank
time.
you, Mr. Member. Anyone else? Name and address, please.
My name is Dan Toner, 4 Cliff Court, Lenoka Harbor. I just had a couple questions for you regarding the rail trail. I can say personally, my family has greatly appreciated the project, and we were just curious when you plan on lengthening it, or if you do plan on lengthening it down to the Walmart area.
Well, it's in the works. Unfortunately, because of the resistance and the lawsuits, we were only able to build a part. Now our capital permit has expired, so it's going to cost us quite a bit more money to extend it. But we're working with M&T, who is the developer of the apartments over on Laurel Boulevard. For them, we're going to enter into a developers agreement with them, whereas they would do the permitting and the engineering, which would save us a lot of money. So yeah, that's part of the future plans. Also, South Veronica.
We are working on, with CAFRA right now, on the permit, to see where we're at with that, so that is in their hands at this moment.
So yes, and yeah, it's been a great benefit. What we did was, because there was so much controversy there, we built the first section. We realized what a great benefit it is. Anyone who goes straight on Route 9 southbound and to Lacey Road, you pretty much, breeze right through. The other interesting part about the Home Depot, and I bring it up, when we talk about development along Route 9, that's a big controversy about the development along Route 9, and I brought this up before. When a developer goes before submits an application to the DOT, they deem it one of three ways: a minor, a major, or a major with design. Most residential are minors, so there's going to be very limited reconstruction. In the case of the Home Depot and the Walmart, those were major with designs, and what you've seen, if you've been around long enough, and I don't know how old you are, about 15, 16?
13.
We started before you were born. So you don't remember. But thanks to the Home Depot and the reconstruction, so I've lived in Sunrise Beach now for 25 years. Once the Home Depot was built and they improved Route 9, it's made, you can't even imagine the difference. Whereas you used to have to wait for 2 or 3 lights to get onto Route 9, I live in Sunrise Beach and I travel no matter what time. I never have to wait more than one cycle. So thankfully the township was successful in having that development and having a commercial development. So when you talk about quality of life, I know it's only a couple of minutes, but sitting in that traffic over and over again really makes a difference. So it's been a major benefit to have Home Depot, Walmart improve Route 9, and that's the only way for now, until the future, where we're going to get major improvements to Route 9 is commercial development. So it's been a benefit.
I can agree. It's good alternatives that we're making, and speaking on behalf of the rest of my family, we all greatly appreciate it.
And wait till you start driving, you really appreciate it.
Thank you all. Have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Anyone else?
Seeing none, make a motion to close the floor. A little too quick on that, I apologize.
That's okay. Melody Pryor with Plum Road, Forky River. First, I'd like to ask everybody to please, I have a disability, and if you could please slow down and speak more clearly in future meetings, because you speak very fast, and yes, I can comprehend it very fast, but my hearing doesn't always comprehend so very fast. So just a touch. I'm not saying you gotta end today. I'm not saying you have to go that slow, but just and sometimes it's hard to hear. That's why I move all the way up here. But also, I have a real concern about a lot of, and I know it has to do a lot with Google Maps. They're sending traffic rather than going down from my neighborhood where I live, Whitcomb, and it's Google Maps is used by Uber, by Lyft, okay, and they're sending it instead of down Deerhead to the light to take that left on Lacey Road or the right to go down to 9. Instead, they're taking them when you go over that bridge to take that left onto, which would wrap around to become Newark Avenue, to then take that left to get on the Parkway. So they're having people run, through, which is a beautiful resident, along the lake. Does everybody understand?
So Lakeside Drive North,
Yeah, it's like Central.
Yes.
which turns into Newark at the.
Yes,
Okay.
when you use the traffic light. And what I've noticed happens is, because I do use Lyft a lot, because I do not drive currently. But what happens is I've noticed, I watch, because I watch the camera, and I can feel as the vehicle's going too fast for the son's vehicle. And I've looked and I've seen 50 miles, 55 miles an hour. And also, they're not clearly marked. Also, either slow down, if we could, I know budgets are tight, I understand it takes a lot to put signs up, but it's really a concern of mine through these neighborhoods, plus the stop signs that we can't see. So for the people who aren't local, there's a lot of things that are signs, etc., especially that one street. I don't know how we get all of Google, because all it does is seem like a 0.1 mile. But Google Maps, right?
But Google's not gonna change.
It's not gonna change
They would
anything.
add streets if the street was missing, but they're not going to.
They're not gonna-
do a
yeah,
reroute.
exactly.
I don't know what the theory is as to how they route it. Is it the shortest distance?
It's the shortest distance,
Yeah.
so it might say 0.1 mile, but what they don't realize is it's supposed to be only 25
25
miles an hour.
0.1 mile, right?
Yeah, they don't really care about that, but also it's not really kind of clearly marked as to the bends and stuff, so if there's a way that we can get it a little more clearly marked. Just because there's people, I feel sorry for the people who live on that block, because that was once a beautiful block. Now you have people tearing through there all hours of the day.
Well, let me ask you this, if
Yes.
you had said that, if I may.
Yes, sure.
You had said that there's some signs that are blocked by trees.
Oh, that's in other
You
areas.
gotta let us know that.
I will.
We'll
I'm gonna start writing them down.
We'll ask our DPW to just trim around that.
Yes,
That's
I'll
something we can
start
fix
writing.
tomorrow.
I have a meeting to write them down, I just haven't had the chance as other people are driving or whatever, for me to be able to write, I never had that piece of paper, right, because I won't remember.
Yeah, because there's slight triangle issues at intersections and corners.
Yeah.
Some people's trees do,
Of
can't
course, yeah.
So yeah, so sometimes you have to notify the homeowner or we
Yeah.
go out and cut it.
And to be able to go up to the stop sign and be able to see the traffic, your little, you have your line
have to be
there.
across the bar.
You have to drive past that and then, so it's, I just don't want anyone to get hit, I'm concerned for everybody's life, we're all important to somebody if not ourselves. Okay, and really the last thing I just wanted to say is, I personally wish any topic or concern mentioned by a citizen that comes to these meetings, that take the time from their valuable, very valuable days, who come to these meetings, as I bump into this, could be heard, acknowledged without any back and forth, tit for tat. If their remarks could be heard, and then just one remark be made, and then whatever, and then cleared up, and then moved on, rather than it be drug out back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, going back, 30 years that we don't even know about. I'm not saying anything in particular, but if a citizen come up and just say something, just to to try to fix something that was said, or correct something, or just bring something to the attention of others, that would be great if it could just be said, heard. Please hear the remarks made by the citizens of Lacey who come here to be heard. Thank you, and I pray dialogue can open between citizens and all governmental bodies without any without people feeling, oh, I can't talk to them. Because we should all work together, especially in this beautiful town. So thank you very much, and again, my name is Melanie Pryor, and I am running for school coach.
Thank you.
So, thank you all for what you do. It's been a pleasure.
Anyone else?
Seeing none, motion to close the floor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion adjourned. Resolution 2022-35, authorizing convening of executive session.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the convening of executive session to discuss personnel matters, contractual matters, anticipated pending litigation, and matters of real estate. Motion?
Move it.
Second.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mrs. Juliana?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Dyckoff?
Yes. Motion adjourned.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We will not be able to make any further decisions this evening.